but sometimes I worry about myself. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Just drop my whole thing. All right. Hello, leaders. Happy Tip Thursday. I'm so sorry I missed last Thursday. I appreciate you guys just being patient with me. We've got weird stuff going on here, so I appreciate you all. So my name is Anya Faust, and I am the Wildflower Warrior Superstar Director, and we've been going through this book called The Jesus Hearted Woman, okay? It's all about different leadership qualities, 10 leadership qualities for enduring and endearing influence, which is awesome. It's just been really eye-opening to me. I missed last week. My husband had an MRI for health concerns. He does not have cancer. So we're very excited. We're very excited about that. We're feeling pretty blessed. We've got another biopsy coming up the end of April, but that's why I was gone last Thursday. So I appreciate you guys just hanging in there because sometimes life happens, right? Life happens. So leadership qualities. Today we're talking about stamina. I'm excited about this because I feel so often we want quick results, okay? And we're not willing to do the hard work for lasting results. Like quick results happen, but are they lasting? Do they set a strong foundation? That is so crazy important to our business. If we want a solid, strong business, you need a solid, strong foundation, right? So we're talking about stamina today, and in the book, hey Amanda, she goes through talking about 2 different types of leaders, okay? Never in my life have I heard this, but I feel like this is so fitting and it's so good that it really just pumped me up. You have the elevator leader. That's the first type of leader, okay? Your elevator leader wants a quick and easy ride to the top. They're gonna skip floors in between, okay? And so they're gonna lack the stamina to stay at the top. Interesting, okay? So the strength to lead well when you get to the top and the stamina to actually stay there is built by taking the stairs. So being a staircase leader, 1 foot in front of the other, all right? You are gonna see so many people in this business rise to the top super, super quick, okay? You're gonna be like, dang, they just double promoted, triple promoted. What is happening? All right? And that's great and fine, but I can guarantee you those people are gonna lack the foundation they need to be paid at title consistently, most likely, okay? Because they've got to now go back, and I say this because it happened to me. They've got to go back, right? And they've got to build that solid foundation. They missed steps, okay? That is not the best way to get to the top, I promise you. So with an elevator, you push the button and you wait for the right timing, the easy timing to get to the top. It has to be the perfect circumstances, okay? So think about that, all right? By taking the stairs, you're gonna trek up at any time you want to, whenever you're ready. That's when you start moving up, okay? Even at the lowest level. So you start moving. Stair leaders, that's where they start at. They start at the lowest. You can't just start in the middle of a staircase. How did you get to the middle of the staircase? You have to start at the lowest level, right? There's so much power in that, you guys, because you understand so much, all right? So much more, your eyes are opened. You're gonna understand where your people are at in the lowest level. There's so much power in being a stair leader, okay? So number 3 was, if the elevator malfunctions, you are screwed. Basically, she didn't say that in the book. I'm saying that. You're basically screwed. You're stuck. If the elevator malfunctions, what are you gonna do to get out of the elevator? Right? There's only so much you can do. You're expecting someone else to do all that heavy lifting, all right, to get you there. Once your personal elevator is stuck, now you're waiting for your director and above to do the work for you. You're waiting for the team to do the work for you, but you've got to actually do the work, right? So she talks about how we have to appreciate help as leaders, okay? Yes, we need people, and especially in our business. We say all the time, like the people that are gonna be on your team that are gonna help, hey, Brittany, push you to director will not be the same people that you see as star director or superstar director. That is terrifying. Yes, let that sink in, okay? Let that sink in. I have 1 director that was with me through each step. 1. That's it. That's it, okay? The rest of the people, even the rest of the leaders, are completely different. Isn't that wild? It's slightly scary. But that's why we just keep building. We just keep focusing, okay? So we have to make sure that we're appreciating help, yes, and we do need people, but as a leader, you have to make sure you're pulling your own weight to get to the top. Okay, so what does that mean? That does not mean you just sitting there and being like, oh, yes, I'm so excited. I have my 500 PRV and stopping. Nah, we got to go, okay? You are appreciating the help, but you also need to add to that GWV. All right, you need to add value to that GWV. You cannot just expect your whole team to do all the work. That's not fair, and it's not leading from the front, okay? So it can be a good start. 500 is a good start, but we want to up it, right? So another thing, she says, since the stairs are low tech, you get to choose to move up. If you're on an elevator and you're like, okay, I really need to get to floor number 3, but someone else needs to get to floor number 2, guess you have to stop at floor number 2. You don't have a choice, right? But at the stairs, nobody's stopping me from moving up to level 3 where I want to be. No, I don't have to stop at level 2 if I don't want to. I can keep going, okay? That's so important to know. She talks about in Galatians 6, 4-5, at the very, very end of the verse, it says, then he can take pride in himself without comparing himself to someone else. For each one person should carry their own load. You need to stay in your lane. You need to stay in your lane and you need to carry your own load. Focus on your business, okay? Focus on your people. That is one of the most crucial, biggest things that I can tell you as a leader. That has to be ingrained in your brain to keep moving forward, but you have to focus on you, okay? Is it cool to watch other people and cheer them on? Absolutely, and we should. But we can't sit here and be like, oh, I really wish that I was Brittany, and I really wish that I had her team, and that's not gonna get you anywhere. You have to focus on your own stuff, okay? Stay in your own lane, you've got to, all right? So, number 5, she says, with an elevator, if the door's open, it can still be too crowded to get on. Okay, so especially with COVID, think about this. I started thinking about this when I was reading. I was like, dang, especially with COVID, like I still to this day am not trying to be in an elevator with a whole bunch of people breathing on my neck. No, thank you. Okay, it's too crowded for me to get on. So what am I going to do? I'm going to wait for the perfect timing to level up. All right, it's the same thing. Okay, the dream team, there's no perfect timing. The dream team won't always exist, and sometimes it will. And then all of a sudden, a few people from your dream team, peace out. Now what? Now you're starting over, okay? So something will always happen in your business where you'll be like, I was not expecting that. What? There's not always going to be perfect circumstances, you guys. That's just the way that it is, okay? So we have to remember it's going to be okay. It's going to work out, all right? It's going to work out. So the next thing is the stairs can accommodate as many people as possible. As long as people are moving, they can climb together. And I absolutely love that. They just have to be willing to follow someone that is ahead of them and lead someone who's behind them. I love that because that means you're showing up as a leader. You're showing up to team meetings. You're showing up to Tip Thursdays and Tip Tuesdays, right? You are pouring into yourself. You're showing up to the big leaders meeting that we have with all of the SSDs, and you're willing to follow. But then you're willing to take that and implement it into your business and lead your team so that you guys can rise to the top together. That is huge. Always being coachable is what that means. And pouring into yourself and teaching yourself, okay? So, stair leaders do not squeeze in to find room at the last minute. They will try to find a different path, okay? So what that means is, if you're like, this is not working, there's too many people in this elevator, what do? You wait for the next one. If you're on the stairs and you're like, there are too many people on the right side, they're taking freaking forever. Well, what do? You go around, you find a different way, okay? We've got to focus on being stair leaders, finding a way, all right? Finding a way around. So I want you guys to think about this. What is a need on your team that you can fill as a leader? When I say on your team, I mean on your director's team, on your director's team page. What need do you see there that you can step up and say, man, I really would like this to happen when I'm a director. I'm going to step up and do that on my director's page. What need can you fill? There is one. There's one for everybody. There's literally something that you're good at that your director's probably not good at because they're not perfect people, okay? Fill that need. Like, think about that need and then fill it, all right? So, another thing, and I combined the next two together because I don't know why she separated them, to be completely honest. I was like, I feel like those could be together. So, put them together. So, the 7 and 8 that she had, elevators are fast and easy, but they're not good for your health. They're not good for your health. They don't benefit you with your health, okay? They just don't. So the stairs will build stamina. It gives you muscles to live a healthy and thriving life, have a healthy and thriving business, healthy and thriving leadership skills, okay? So those skills will serve you well when you get to the top. Hello, that's amazing. I love that. The elevators are always easy to spot. If you go into a hospital, you can look up and you see the little elevator sign. They're easy to spot. You know where the elevator is. It's usually in the middle of something, right? And even in a hotel, like, oh, the elevators are right there. You see that sign as soon as you walk in. Hey, Courtney, but what about the stairs? You usually have to look a little bit harder for the stairs, don't you? You're like, dang, where's the stair? And for me, I'll be real honest, my anxiety has like been all the way up. I don't know if it's Kevin's health stuff or what's been going on, but my anxiety's been all the way up. And so lately I feel like I'm always looking for the exit wherever I'm at. Like I need to know how to escape if anything was, just bear with me. I need to know how to escape if anything was to go down, okay? How do I escape? How do I survive? It's just the way my brain's been going lately. We're working on it. Finding a counselor, it's fine. But that is the thing. It takes a little bit more to find the exit, to find the stairs, to find my way out if I need to get out, okay? You have to be willing to take the stairs. So as leaders, we want to look for 2 major staircases in our leadership. The first one is going to be education. We're going to look for education, training yourself. Showing up to meetings. You guys, you've got to put a priority on showing up to meetings. When I made it non-negotiable to show up to meetings, that is when everything changed for me. Everything. There are so many times, y'all, where I don't want to go to meetings. Hello? Not everybody does. That's life. Like, Whitney doesn't always want to go to a meeting. Like, not everybody always wants to go, but you show up. And I've never once been like, man, what a waste of time. Never once. And there's been a lot of times where I didn't want to show up. Just gonna be very transparent. But there's never once where I'm like, ooh, yep, why did I go there? No, I always feel on fire. I always feel pumped up. I'm always so glad and feel so blessed that I went to that meeting and left with something to implement into my own business. Okay? You've got to show up. You've got to train yourself. Even finding trainings on YouTube. You guys, it's not hard to find a training on YouTube and drive to the darn store. Put one on when you're in the shower. Listen to one while you're on the elliptical. You've got to do those things. It's going to bless your business so much, you guys. I promise. And then you can literally take that. Get ready. And you can take notes and you can give it back to the team page. Look at that. You have something to train on. I know y'all are like, Anya, why? But that's the thing, okay? Like you have content to share with other people now because we don't all listen to the same stuff, all right? So you've got to be doing that. Even when you're exhausted, show up tired, okay? And be open to any and all learning opportunities. When you hit director, there will be an opportunity for you to do the accelerated leadership program. I'm going to tell you what, you better figure out a way to attend one. It will bless you big. It will bless you big. Even if you're like, that seems really hard. It's not easy. It's not meant to be easy, but it will grow your mindset. It will show you different things. For me, with the group that I attended, I was like, we are so blessed in our group. Like, okay, I already knew so many of these things, and we had directors asking questions like, how do you book a party? And I'm like, that's not what we're here for. Our group is bomb. They give you so much information to show you how to be successful. You've got to use it. And that's one of the biggest things I took away from that, right? But then also just pushing myself, okay? So any opportunity that you have to learn and grow, take it. If you are a leader and you are not doing SFR, at least virtually, that's a problem. Be willing to learn, okay? Willing to learn and implement things in your business. Huge, huge. That will bless you, I promise. Okay, another thing. When you become a leader, you've got to be willing to further your education in leadership. I'm going to be really honest with you. This book is not really a book that I would just pick up and be like, yes, that sounds great. No. But when I saw it on a table, I was like, you know what? I have a feeling that would really bless my leadership and it would help other people too. Okay? This isn't my idea of fun. It's not my idea of fun, okay? I would much rather watch Married at First Sight. I'm super addicted to that right now, okay? And do some follow-ups. I would much rather do that. But this is important, okay? You've got to be willing to educate yourself as a leader. Next, the other thing, experience. You've got to be looking for experience, okay? And I'm going to push into this a little bit more in a second of why, but you will always be learning. I am still learning, you guys. There's always something to learn in this business, okay? And you learn by experience. You learn by doing, all right? So you will accumulate skills as you go. If you're like, this part sucks, I don't like this part of leadership, it's not fun, it's gonna be a growing pain, okay? But it's a skill you probably need for when you become a director or an SSD, all right? If you're like, I'm doing the most and these people are not listening, what am I supposed to do? It is a growing pain. It's a thorn, but I promise you it's going to bloom into a rose if you just keep going. It's a skill you need, okay? It's going, I promise, promise. Every single pain point in your business is going to be a skill you need for later, whether it's for your business, whether it's for another leader's business, or whether it's for someone on your team that needs to know you went through the same thing. It's going to be big, okay? So I want you to think about this. As you go, you're going to be viewing your people, your leaders, other teammates, okay, at a certain level. Each point of your leadership, hey Whitney, each point of your leadership, you will view people completely differently, okay? It's just the way that it goes because you start to see things differently, like I said on the meeting. If you see things the same way you did as a lead consultant, or we'll take it back even further. If you see things the same as an essential consultant as you do a lead consultant, there's a problem, all right? There's a problem there. That's not right. That's not normal, okay? So you have to remember those things, that you're gonna see things differently as you grow and as you go and as you're dealing with certain pain points, okay? But that experience is going to be, it's gonna be phenomenal for your business and for your mindset as you level up, promise, okay? All right, certain skills that you don't know that you need, you will be prepared for because of the experience. All right. Stairs equal stamina. We want to be stair leaders, not elevator leaders. All right. When you want to turn back, you got to remember these things. I thought this was so good. I love this one. You have camaraderie. You have a Scentsy family. You have a team here. We love you and we support you. And I promise you, if you're going through something as a leader, one of us has been through it too. Somebody on this page has been through something similar and can help you out. They can bless you with information and education to help you get to that next level, okay? You're not alone, and that's one of my favorite things. My Scentsy people have truly become like my favorite people in the entire world. They really have, because I'm not alone. I have camaraderie, okay? Another thing is you've got to remember when you need something to help you push, to keep going, you've got to remember that we are here for you, but we're also all climbing together. Okay, we're climbing together. And Whitney and I have both said this many times. We say things and we train hard and we push people because we love you and we believe in you, but we're also here to see you succeed. We want that for you, okay? And if you really take a look at your life and you start to open your eyes, you'll start to realize there's not very many people in your life who actually want that and are willing to do the hard work with you. So just take that nugget and put it in your pocket, okay? Because we love you. We're here to guide you and help you and give you the tough stuff for a reason, all right? Another thing, when you want to quit, find the joy. Find the joy, all right? You're really tired. You really didn't want to go to the team meeting, but then Anya is a hot mess jumping all over her desk because there's a spider coming at her, which, by the way, pest control just showed up. So there's that, okay? We're getting it taken care of. It's fine. But that's joyful. You find the joy. You're laughing. You're finding the joy even in the crap. Oh, sorry, that was my dog. She scared the crap out of me. Oh, okay. The next thing is take the trip and find the pleasure. Find the joy and the pleasure in those moments, you guys. Okay. I know it's scary, but I promise you, when you're feeling your lowest and your crappiest in this business, if you hold on and you take the trip to be with your people, it will change the entire game. It will change everything for you. I promise. Every single time I'm like, I just needed my people. That's all I needed was my people. And now I'm ready to go again, okay? Take the trip, all right? We cannot just be there at the end and be like, oh, we got here and it was so good and it was so easy. That's not how that works, all right? You've got to look for the joy, okay? So there will be periodic stops. When you want to stop your business, you got to remember, stop leadership, you got to remember there will be periodic stops in your leadership. There will be periodic stops in your business. And some of them you can't help. You can't help, but you've literally got to take a deep breath, okay, and move one step forward. Evaluate what's not going right and move one step forward. But no, like stops are going to happen. I won't even say stop. She put stops in there. I will say speed bumps. Speed bumps. Evaluate what's going on. Why is this speed bump happening? Okay, well, we take stops on it. We're saying speed bump because we're going to keep moving forward, all right? Why is it happening? Take another step. Another thing, when you're like, I really don't want to do this anymore. This is so hard. You've got to have hope. You've got to know if this business hasn't changed your life yet or done something amazing for you yet, you've got to look at other people that it has done good things for, and then you can sit here and you can say, I have the hope that that can be me too. Okay? You've got to have that hope. That's going to be huge. There is more waiting for you. 110%. There's more waiting for you, okay? You just have to get there, all right? You've got to know there's more ahead, there's more for your life, and there's more than you even could ever have dreamed of accomplishing, but you've got to know that you've got to have the hope that that's actually there, okay? So you need stamina because you will look at someone at a certain title and you will have stars in your eyes and you will think, they are so amazing. They've got it so easy. Look at that director that I have on this pedestal. But you're seeing them with stars in your eyes. Meanwhile, they're sitting there like, okay, we're doing the darn thing. Today's a hard day, but I'm going to keep pushing through, okay? If they didn't have that stamina, they would not keep pushing through, okay? They would not keep pushing through if they didn't have that stamina. But they've had it because they've done the hard thing. Those stars that you see, they were literally just in the mud. Okay, so you're seeing them like, wow, look at them. And they're like, what the F is happening in my business? But they're trudging through because it's not always going to be easy. And that's just the way that it is. But it builds stamina as a leader. And that's what you need to get to the top and to stay at the top and to be successful, okay? So another thing I want you guys to know, when you get to that point, you're going to be like, I did not know it was going to be like this. I did not know I was going to have so many expectations. I didn't know that I was still going to be feeling the pressure. What? Okay, but it's pressure you're putting on yourself. That's one thing you have to know. Leadership is not for the faint of heart. It's just not. You will feel the pressure. And probably it's going to be because of you. It's not going to be because of anybody else. You're going to feel the pressure, and it's because you're going to want to be a good leader. That is so important, and it's amazing, but you have to know that that character trait in you, while it does need to be contained because you don't want to like stress yourself out to the max, it's awesome because you're able to tap into that stamina and just keep going. Okay, so I want you to think about that. You guys have to know it's not going to be easy all the time. That's life. It's the way it goes. Nothing worth having is easy, right? It's not, but it is going to be worth it. It is going to be worth it, okay? So it's meant to grow you. You are going to lead tough people. And I'm sure some of you are like, oh, Lord, I have a teamie in mind right now. I have a teamie in mind. That teamie is so tough to deal with. You are going to lead tough people, okay? That happens. You get to decide how much that tough person really gets to weigh on you, okay? You get to decide what boundaries are you going to uphold? What are you going to do to make it to, yeah, you're leading this tough person, but they're not getting in your mind. They're not getting in your heart, right? You do your best for them and then you just move on. You get to make that decision, okay? There are going to be tough seasons in your business for so many reasons, you guys, where you give and you give and you give and you feel like you're not getting back sometimes. And then you have that one person sit here and they're like, you're such a blessing. My whole life has changed. This is amazing. And you're like, yes, thank you. It was worth it. It's going to happen. Okay. It's going to happen sometimes where you're like, I just don't want to show up. That's where all of this stamina comes, where you have to just keep pressing. Okay. You might even get to a point in your leadership where you're like, yes, this is awesome. And you have everything you need to be paid at title. I'm not speaking from experience. But you have everything you need to be paid at title, except for you have one person who refuses to show up. You can't be paid at title because of that one person. So do you just sit there and quit, or do you dig into that stamina and you keep building and you keep pushing and you're like, you know what? This is going to bless someone else one day. I'm going to be able to help them one day. Okay? You're going to think that you are going to hit this promotion and all of a sudden you're not until the next month. It happens, okay? And then you're able to look at it and say, you know what? That's okay, because when that happens to a teamie, I have the stamina to coach them through it. Do you see what I'm saying? So the hard stuff, it's intense and it's not fun, but it's so imperative for us to know hard stuff is gonna come, but that's where that stamina comes from, and that's what makes a bomb a leader. That's what makes the good leaders right there. They went through the hard. You don't think Whitney goes through hard? You don't think Chloe went through hard? Katie Lassiter went through, you don't think they've had it hard in certain areas of their business? Come on now. Like, yes, absolutely. It's not always easy. It's not always rainbows and butterflies, but you've got to keep pushing because the good is so good. You just have to get there, okay? So I want you guys to remember, you've got to keep pushing for your team. You've got to keep pushing for you, okay? You deserve it. So dig deep in that why. If it's changed, then it's changed, and that's okay. That's awesome. Dig deep. You've got to keep pushing, okay? Stay mentally healthy as much as you can, because we all a little out there, I'm gonna be real, okay? Always evolving, always trying to figure out how you can better yourself as a leader, how you can better yourself for your team, better yourself for you, for your family, whatever it is, okay? But just knowing that that stamina is gonna push you, okay? Even if you have a slow start, even if your dreams are right there and you miss, okay? You're still gonna get there someday. You just have to keep pushing, okay? Working for your dreams. I actually was thinking about this yesterday. I did a coaching call with Courtney Glow, one of my new lead consultants, and I really thought about her a lot as I read through this chapter. I'm like, dang, Courtney, okay. Courtney sponsored and sponsored and sponsored and sponsored and sponsored, and her teammates just refused to get active. They refused to get active. And the girl she was really trying. And I'm like, I'm looking at your numbers. I'm trying to help you. But she literally kept pushing. And on the very last day, at the very last minute, last month, she hit lead consultant. She's paid at title this month. She's paid at title quickly. But it was a very slow start, literally almost a year, just of a almost 2 years of a slow start. But she was paid at title. And now she's like, I'm ready to promote. All those things that I learned, I'm ready to do the thing and get to that next level. But she would not be able to appreciate it nearly as much if it had happened like that. Now she has tools in her tool belt that she can help other people who are feeling the same way. Because she's like, I really thought I was spinning my wheels for no reason. And I'm like, but look, all these tools that you gathered up, and now look at you now. And yesterday with our coaches, she's telling me who she's going to coach. Oh, I'm looking at this person. I'm looking at this person. And I'm like, you got it. I'm just going to sit back and clap because you have it. You have it, but you wouldn't have if you would have just gotten it right then and there. Okay? Sometimes it takes time. So just know that stamina is going to bless you. And we've got to really remember that and make it into a positive, because if not, you are going to quit. If not, those dreams aren't going to come true. That dream paycheck won't ever happen because you quit. Right? So we cannot quit. We've just got to keep pushing and know that we're really not alone. All right? Okay, y'all, we are going to be stair leaders. We are going to have stamina, and we're going to build up stair leaders. That, I think, is one of the most important things. We're going to build staircase leaders, and we're going to let other people know it's okay. It's okay to have speed bumps in your business, and it's normal, but we're going to work hard, and we're going to focus on the joy and the positive and know we're not alone, and we're all going to get to the top together. All right? Okay, leaders, you guys have a great Thursday, a great end of month, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.